Last week, Sweden made it illegal to fly drones here in central Stockholm. Let's talk about that and, where we can now fly our little birdies. Yo, hvað alla frétta? My name is Arnoldur. I'm a photographer and a filmmaker from Iceland. I currently live in Sweden. I've been here for like 2 years in Stockholm. A lot of you guys know it. If you're wondering, do you speak Swedish? Absolut, min svenska är fan skitbra. It equals to a lot of fishes. In Iceland, that's a term we use when something is good because, our currency of value of success is fishes. Anyways, I get a bunch of questions asking me what are the drone regulations in Sweden and Stockholm since I live here, and a bunch of my vlogs I use the drone a lot. Now, there are a bunch of rules you need to follow, and last week Sweden made them more strict, making the entire central space completely illegal. Now, I think this is a trend that is gonna be more and more. Countries like Canada have made it like very hard. You need to get a license. I'm not from Canada, but I see people in Canada being like, I need to get licensed. And there are probably gonna be more restrictions. The more popular these things become, the more restriction is gonna be because, they can be dangerous. For instance, if you're flying up a crowd and this, you crash or something and it falls down, goodbye to that person. So up until last week, there were a bunch of places within Stockholm you could fly, but there are some rules and regulations you need to follow everywhere, no matter what. There are also many places where you cannot fly. I'll go into that later. But as I said last week, they made the entire centrum. You can see here on this map that this thing, like the entire Gamla stan, it's city, it's pieces of Norrmalm and also Kungsholmen. There you cannot fly anymore. They do this because of public safety, in theory. I don't think I've ever seen news about it, but in theory you could strap a bomb there and, do terrorist attacks so I totally understand it. And the more FPV drones become popular, like my friend Magnus, he loves FPV drones, and yesterday he crashed it. It was not in the city or anything, it was outside, but we had to go in the bushes and find it, and it took like many hours to find that. So those crash, and if you're flying that with people, somebody's gonna get hurt eventually. So I can understand it, although I think it sucks, because I love the flying. That means, that drone footage like this is historical now. So I sit on a bank of historical drone footage, but I have a bunch of, I've been flying drones now for 3 years. Yes, 3 years I think. So I have a bunch of footage here that is historical drone footage. So as I said, I get a bunch of questions from you, where you can fly, what the rules and regulations to flying here in Stockholm, and I recommend you get an app called Drönarguiden. It's an app where it basically collects all the laws you have to follow, where you can fly, where you cannot fly in the entire Sweden. In Sweden, there are a bunch of places where you cannot fly. You cannot fly, of course, close to airports or other restricted airspaces. You cannot fly close to where helicopters land. And if it's naturreservat, that's like nature reservoir, nature, where there's like beautiful nature and you know what I'm talking, what's that in English? Nature reserve, that's the word. You cannot fly in those, and you cannot fly close to, jails or other government types of buildings or nuclear power plants and stuff like that. That is like off limits. And in this app, you can see, it has a GPS where you are, and then you can see, can I fly here? And it tells you if you can fly or not. So it's a great little, before I fly, I take it up a little. Okay, I can fly here. Then it's like the basic things I think like most countries have today, is at least in Iceland. You need to name your drone, not name it. You don't kind of, hey Kevin, nice, we're gonna fly today. Not like that. Put your name and your telephone number on your drone. And in Stockholm, you're gonna fly above 120 meters. And of course, if you're in a restricted area, you cannot fly at all. And then of course, it's the rule that you need to have your drone in Eyesight. So that's the rules and regulations that are on the drones currently. Like, this is 2020, it's always getting more strict and stricter. Bet your ass that it's probably gonna be, you have to have license. And I think it's like, honestly, I think just as that's good. Like, why not? These are things that can hurt people, and I don't think we need to have license to drive cars and stuff. So I think in the future, when more people will get this, it's definitely gonna be, I think it's okay. So I'm just gonna collect as many clips as I can before that happens, and then when it happens, I'm gonna get that certification to be like a certified drone flyer. Is there anything more? If you're flying a drone that is above 7 kilos, then you need special licenses. So I don't think, I've never flown as a big ass drone, but yeah, there you guys have it. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask and comment down below. I thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me. And what more? If you could smack that like button for me, it would really help me out. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.